Arihi Om Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam Valmikir Munisimhasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shrinvan Rama Kathanadam Konayati Parangatim Jayatyadibalo Ramaha Lakshmanasya Mahabalaha Raja Jayati Sugrivo Raghavena Abhipalitaha Dasoham Kausalendrasya Ramasya Aklishtakarmanaha Hanuman Shatrusainnyanam Nihanta Marutatmajaha Na Ravana Sahasram Me Yuddhe Pratipalam Bhavet Shila Vistu Praharataha Padapaischa Sahasrashaha Ardhaitva Purim Lankam Abhivadya Cha Maitilim Samurdharto Gamishyami Mishatam Sarvarakshasam Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai Chatasyai Janakatmajayai Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo Namostu Chandra Arkamarudganebhyaha Namassabhayai. We are in the 41st week of Sri Ramayan Katha Pravachanam. We are in the Ayodhya Kanda where Rama is going to show that he is a Mahan Purusha. Kuvalaya Nilam Chaya Kayam Prasannam Karadhrita Charachapam Kanchapatrayataksham Jita Nishachara Vargam Janmana Siddha Seelam. He was blessed innately to have this guna. So, with all the things going on in the world, we pray here in the Hindu Temple of Lubbock at the feet of Janaki Bhagadeyaha Sri Ramachandraha to grant us peace, strength and wisdom, and more importantly, safety. This is what today's topic is going to be. It is not we coined it. Valmiki himself brings this point. What an apt. Ramayan is a Yuga Grantha for many, many years. So we will discuss how Rama convinces Lakshmana with a beautiful phrase. Ma taikshnyam anugamyatam dharmamashraya. It is very relevant to today. Ma taikshnyam anugamyatam. Taikshyam mane violence. Ma anugamyatam taikshyam. In Sanskrit, we always begin with Mangala Vachakaha, Takaraha, Akaraha, Akarartho Vishnuhu, Makarartaha Mahalakshmi Swarupam. So, Ma taikshyam anugamyatam. Then if you do prose, it is taikshyam ma anugamyatam. Do not follow violence. Dharma masraya. What a beautiful phrase Rama says. That is Ramayana. So today's lecture, we continue the Samvad, Dharma Samvad. That is the reason Valmiki in 4 to 5 sargas, trifecta discussion with Rama, then Lakshmana and Mata Kausalya, they discuss why would Valmiki labor 4 sargas on the discussion, because each and everything he brings some valid point for us to live. So, Ma Taikshyam Anugamyatam Dharmamashraya Dharmam hi Paramaha Loke Dharme Satyam Pratishtitam Dharma Samsritam Ye Tatcha Pituhu Vachanam Uttamam. What is Dharma? Satyancha Swadhyaya Pravachanecha Ritancha Swadhyaya Pravachanecha Satyannah Pramatitavyam Dharmannah Pramatitavyam Bhutyainah Pramatitavyam Deva Pitrigaryabhyam Nah Pramatitavyam. So Veda says, loftily it says, Dharmat na pramatitavyam. Please do not neglect Dharma. What is Dharma? Satyat na pramatitavyam. Do not neglect Satyam. So Rama takes these Vedanta Vakya and then he shows that by its action. So no subject is so. That is the reason Ramayan lives. So Ramayan is a Kavya. It is a Shastra. Why do you study? Ayodhya Kanda has to be studied because that gives us the code for living, Dharma Shastra for living, but as a story. No subject is terrible if the story is true. Ernest Hemingway. Ramayan is Sathya, Itihasa, Iti Asanna Iti. This was the history as written by a contemporary when Rama lived. If the prose is clean, Ramayan is a kavyam, it's a clean prose and poetry. It's a poetry. Samudramiva ratnadyam sarva shruti manogaram. Poetry is clean and it is honest story. That is the reason Valmiki portrays Lakshmana cursing his father, Kaikeyi disobeying her husband. It's an honest story. And if it affirms courage and grace under pressure, isn't it true what Ernest Hemingway said? Ramayan does it even today. It affirms courage for us to stand up for Dharma. 25 years. Rama in his 25th year gives up everything. Today his father says you will be crowned, tomorrow it's gone. This all we will see today. He explains that in this sarga. Let's see, we'll finish this. And grace, what a grace. He says, Ma, I don't care. I am very much relieved. Tulsidas says he was like a young elephant, bonded in a chain, but as soon as Kaikeyi said that you should not inherit this kingdom, go to forest, he says, Ma, I am very relieved. And Tulsidas portrays Rama to be the elephant that got detached from the chain and it kept on wandering in the vana. What kind of a vana? Sastra vana. Durlabam narajarmanam durlabam yetat mahapurusha samsrayam. Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pad. Durlabam yetat mahapurusha samsrayam. So he was longing. Why was Rama longing? Because he wanted to have lot of discourse on Dharma. So he finds a place where lot of rishis are there. Pious, calm, quiet, serene place in Dandakaranya, on the banks of Mandakini, on the banks of Godavari for 13 years. So, Durlabam yetat mahapurusha samsrayam. That is Dharma. So, he is a walking embodiment of Dharma. Dharmam hi paramaha loke, dharmam satyam pratishtitam. Everything is, the Dharma is there in Satya. It is not easy to, that's why we say he is a Maryada Purush. So, it's not easy to speak truth. It's not at all easy to Sulabaha Purusha Rajan Satatam Priyavadinaha Apriyasya cha Patyasya Vakta Srota cha Durlabam. Maricha says Apriyasya cha Patyasya. It's like a medicine, Patya. Apriyasya cha Patyasya Vakta Srota cha Durlabam. But Rama does it. Anudvekakaram Vakyena. Without harsh words, he is going to convince Lakshmana and Kausalyama. Samsrutya cha pituhu vakyam matuhu va brahmanasya va na kartavyam vrita veera dharmamasrayanam. So what Veda says, satyat na pramaditavyam. He did not let it go. He could have simply said that I am not going to follow this because my father is weak. Because Shastra allows. Even Krishna says, Shastra allows, if you are losing your entire wealth, of course Rama is losing the wealth. Shastra says you are allowed to tell false. It won't be considered as false. So he could have told, but he wanted to be a Manushya, but a Shrestha Manushya, Maryada Purusha. Samsritya, he wanted to make sure his father's word are true. Pituhu vakyam matuhu va brahmanasya va na kartavyam vrita veera. You cannot make the words of the elders waste. Veera, vrita. It should not be made waste, it should be enacted. So, na kartavyam vrita veera dharmamasritya tishtata soham na shakshyami pituhu niyogam ativartitum pituhu I vachanat veera Kaikeya aham prachodita. Even though I am prodded by Kaikeyi, na shakyami pituhu niyogam mane edicts. Ativartutum, I cannot cross the edicts of my father. Pisuhu hi vachanat tat yenam visrujya anaryam kshatra dharma masritam. So, I cannot go away from Dharma and take anarya path of Kshatra to conquer, to quell my father and to quell Bharata and to quell Kaikeyi. I will not do because it is anaryam. Dharma masraya mataikshyam madbuddhihi anugamyatam. This is it. Dharmam asraya ma taikshyam anugamyatam. But you follow my buddhi, follow my path. Dharmam asraya buddhihi anugamyatam, then ma taikshyam anugamyatam dharmam ashraya. Beautiful. He says this. So, quit all the violence and cruelty. Taikshyam ma anugamyatam dharmam asraya ye brata. Tam evam muktva sauhardat brataram Lakshmanagrajaha uvacha bhuyaha Kausalyam pranjalihi shirasanataha. Here Valmiki says Rama is Lakshmanagraja because he is trying to pacify. Valmiki finishes this sarga. If my memory is correct, he says that Rama had given a good darshana, good panta to Lakshmana. So he is Lakshmana Agraja. He takes pride in telling that Lakshmana is going to do the right thing. So I want to be called as Lakshmana Agraja. Tam eva muktva sauhardat brataram Lakshmana Agraja uvacha bhuyaha Kausalyam pranjalihi shirasanatah anumanyasva mam devi gavishyantam vitaha vanam shapita asi mama pranaihi kuru swasya yananime kuru swasya yananime. You just do mangalam ye Rama mangalam bhavatu te tirna pratignya cha vachanat punareshyam aham purim. Always this is Ramayan. I want to keep the words of my father. Can you do that now? Depends. But in those days, Dasaratha was a Satya Purusha. Here, Rama himself says, why I want to do it? Only one thing he had strayed away. That too, he had given the Vakya, even though one may think that Dasaratha's activities are not dharmic, but it is dharmic because he is struggling to keep his word, but he cannot tell his son to go. So he is wandering in between. But Rama comes as a dutiful son. Hey, Pa, I won't let you suffer. I will make sure you live up to Dharma. How many times Valmiki in that shloka says, Dharmishtha, Dharmajna. We'll see. Tirna pratignya cha vachanate punareshyam aham purim yayatiriva raja rishi purahitva punardhivam. Tirna pratignya. I'll fulfill your words, hey father. Vachanatu punaha aishyam. Don't worry, mother, I will come. Punar yeshyam aham purim yayatiriva raja rishi purahitva punardhivam. Like Yayati, one of our forefather, I will come. Shoka sandaryatam mataha kritaye sadhu mashuchaha vasa vanavasat haishyami punaha kritva piturvachaha punaha kritva piturvachaha haishyami. I will come, but keep the sorrow with you, but don't get eaten away by the sorrow. Shokat shokaha sandharyatam dharyatam. Keep that shoka. Mataha kritaye. Keep it. But it won't affect you. Sadhu, sadhu, ma shuchaha, don't worry. Tvaya maya cha vaideshya lakshmanena sumitraya piturniyoge statavyam yesha dharma sanatanam. This is only one thing. Piturvachana paripalanameva sanatana dharmam. Tvaya maya cha vaideshya lakshmanena sumitra. Not for you, not only for me, not only for you, Lakshmana, it is for our every mata. Tvaya maya cha vaideshya lakshmanena sumitraya piturniyoge stavtavyame shadharma sanatanam amba samhritya sambharane dukkam hridi nigrigya cha. Sambharane samhritya. All the festivities give up. Sambharane, sambrama. Give up all the festivities connected to the coronation. Dukkam hridi nigrigya. Just don't get carried away, but hold the dukkha. Vanavasa krita buddhihi mama dharmyam anuvartyam. I have already committed to going to Vanavasa. Vanavasa krita buddhim. Krita buddhim vanavasas. So I have already got fixated to go to Vanavasam. Mama dharmyam anuvartyam. That is my dharma. Satyavak pariparaname. Because he had already given word to Kaikeyi. Ramaha dvirna abhibhashate. Ye tadvachastasya nishamya mata sudarmam avyagram aviklamam cha mriteva sanyam pratilabhya devi samiksha ramam punarityuvacha. Ye tadvachastasya nishamya mata. Nishamya mata. After Kaikeyi nishamya srotva. Kausalya listened to Rama's words. Sudharmyam dharmika vachanam. Valmiki gives 3 adjectives for Rama's act. Sudharmyam, always with dharma. That too uttermost superior dharma. He didn't say just dharma. Sudharmam. Because Satya Paripalanam is difficult. Again and again and again. So, how was Rama? Api Ramo na samkriddaha kuryat loka asa arakshasam. If Rama wanted, he could have done bhasma. Api Ramaha sakrindaha. He is enraging with this much kind of anger. If he wants to, he could have, he is going to make this loka without Rakshasa. Kuryati lokam arakshasam. Rama is going to make Maricha Vakya. He is going to make a world without Rakshasas, Durbuddhi people. So why did he do it? Because Satya Paripalam. That's why Valmiki says Sudharmyam. Avyagram means without effort. He didn't worry. Just like that he said, okay, take it. Avyagram, aviklabham means without any stress. Viklabham, without any shaking stress. Viklabham mane shaking. So aviklabham cha mriteva sanyam pratilabhya devi. When Rama spoke mridubhashi, so Kausalya got up. Samnyam pratilabhya mriteva. She was into a level of death, but she got up. Mriteva sanyam pratilabhya devi samiksha ramam puchi. He saw Rama. Hey Rama. Yataiva te putra pita tataham gurur swadharmena sugruttaya cha natvam anujana minamam vihaya sudhukkitam arghasi gantumevam sudhukkitam arghasi. I will be utterly in a blissful state. I won't let you go. Yataiva te putra pita tataham. Like you are respecting your father, you have every duty. I am Guru. I am more than your father. Guru who? Here it refers to Kausalya. Swadharmena sugruttaya cha. It is swadharma for you also to listen to her mother. Kim jivitene vinatvaya me lokena vakim swadhaya numrutena. Lokena swadhaya. What is the purpose for me doing obeisance to the swadhaya? Swadhaya pitrubhya swaha. Swada means swadaha pitrubhya swaha means swada means forefathers. Lokena vakim, this Swarga lokena vakim, even if I go to Swarga loka, even if my forefathers are blessing me because I am doing all the oblation, Sreyo muhurtam tava sannidhanam. One muhurtam, 48 minutes, chana, ekakshana. One muhurtam with you is itself enough. Janma sapalyam. Mameha Krishnadapi Krishna. The entire jivitam of me is of no use. Jivalokat mameha Krishnadapi. I don't care. Naraihi iva ulka bihi upohyamano. Beautiful. Ulka. Diwali crackers. Ulka means the fire thing. So naraihi iva ulka bihi upohyamano mahagajo. So beautiful. He gives you upama. How was Rama? Once Lakshmana and Mata Kausalya are trying to evade him from following a panta. Swastif panta anucharema. What is that panta? Swastif panta anucharema punarjadati gnata janata anusangame mahi. Punardadati janata gnata anusangame mahi. So he says, I am expecting to go and be with these people. Anusangame mahi. Veda says to do that and you are trying to evade me from doing it. So I am just shaking. He didn't shake when Kaikeyi asked him to leave. He got shaken when he says, Mata demands that you have every duty to me. Do not go. I will not leave. Nara iva ulka bihi upohyamanaha. To be guided. Upohyamanaha ulka bihi. With the fire rod. When an elephant is straying in a forest, adhwana, when it is straying away from his panta, from the regular path to go and drink water, sometimes one elephant strays away, then the mahout goes and shows the light, then it finds his path and comes. Likewise, I am struggling. Mahagaja adhvanam anupravishtaha iva. Unknown territory. You are putting me in an unknown territory. I am like a gaja who is expecting to get naraihi va ulkabihi upokhyamanaha. Beautiful. Bhuyaha prajajvala vilapamevam nishamya ramaha karunam jananya ramaha nishamya. He was patiently listening to the vilalapam of a karunya janani, because that he was a dhainya. That lady was a dependent on Rama, so he was lifting. Sa mataram chaiva visangya kalpaha Artam cha saumitrim abhiprataptam. Saumitrim adhipratatam. Tapta. When Mata was in the karuna and artham. She was suffering in pain. Parallelly, Lakshmana was in boiling mood. Abhiprataptam, he was boiling in anger. Dharme sthito dharmya uvacha vakyam yatasa evarhati tatra vaktum dharme sthita dharma uvacha vakyam. But one has to be standing on dharma. That is the one. Yatasa evarhati tatra vaktum. That is what we can say. So dharme sthito dharma uvacha vakyam. Rama was the one who was standing by his word. Aham hite lakshmana nityameva janami bhaktim cha parakramam cha mamatva abhiprayam asan nirikshya. Hey Lakshmana, I know you are very respectful of me. Aham hite Lakshmana nityameva, on a daily basis. Janami, I know. Bhaktim cha parakramam cha, I know your bhakti as well as I know your valor. Mama tvam abhiprayam asan nirikshya. You did not understand my abhiprayam. Asan nirikshya. You just didn't pay any attention to my abhiprayam. Matra sahat abhyadarsi ma sudhukam matra saha. You and mother have joined group. And then you are pushing abhyadarsi ma sudukkam. You are pushing me into a state where I am having that much dukkam. Suduktam matra sahat abhyadarsi ma sudukkam. You are forcefully pushing me into sudhukkam, because you are asking me not to do dharma. I have already given my word. Dharmartha kamaha kalutata loke samikshita dharma pale dayeshu te tatra sarvesyuhu ashamshyam me bharyeva vashya abhimata suputra. We have to be attached to dharma like a bharya vashyam abhimata suputra. Vashya, who is attached to bharya, like a mother attached to abhimata putra, with great affection to putra. We have to be attached to dharma, because dharma alone will give you other purusharthas. Dharma artha kamaha khalu tata he Lakshmana tata loke samikshita dharma paledayeshu. Dharma paledayeshu, that means the dharma will only give pala to other things, artha kama and moksha, if you only stick to dharma. Dharma kamaha kalutata loke samikshita dharma palo dayeshu te tatra sarvesyuhu ashamshayam. That is my ashamshayam. I am guaranteed, because I give you analogy, like a mother attached to the vatsa. Bharyeva vashyam abhimata suputra. So much overwhelming attached to putra. Yasminsu sarvesyuhu asannivishta dharmo yatasyat tadupakrame dharma. Yes, yasminsu sarvesyuhu asannivishta. All the other things, asannivishta. If you are isolating things from dharma, you will not get anything dharma. Even the artha you may get, but that is not according to dharmika. Kama you may get, it is not according to dharmika. So yasminsu sarvesyuhu asannivishta. It is if the dharma is dissociated with the what is prescribed in the Shruti, even though you are getting purusharthas, those are not good purusha. Dharmo yatasyat tad upakramet. So you have to do only dharma. Tad upakramet. Whatever you are going to do, upakrame, whatever you are going to start, do according to dharma. Dveshyo bhavati arthaparo hi loke. If you get money in a non-dharmic path, eventually you will be vilified. Dveshya. People will start isolating themselves from you. Deshyo bhavati arthaparahi loke kamatmata kalu api na prashasta. You won't have name and fame. Kamatmata kalu api na prashasta. You will go into hell. So guruscha rajasta pita cha vriddaha krodati praharshahat praharshyati yadi vapi kamate yad vyadisheti karyam avekshya dharmam. Kastanna kuryat anushamsa vrittihi kastanna kuryat. Anushamsa vrittihi means sarmarg. Why won't people be in sanmarg if they listen to their guru, if they listen to the raja, if they listen to pita, if they listen to elderly people, even if they say something out of anger? You see this in Kathopanishad. Nachiketas was dhikkar by his father, Rishi. Kathopanishad, that's why then he goes to Yama and then he becomes Brahmanyani. So Krodhati, because Nachiketa's father said Dhikkara. He says, why are you giving this aged cow to these Brahmans? Then, hell with you. His father says, then what are you going to do with me, father? Then Nachiketa's father says, I'm going to give you to Yama itself. himself. So that is Krodha. But what was the good thing happened? He became Brahmajnani. Krodhat praharshadyati, happiness. If parents say with pleasure, do it. Even if they say with anger, do it. Kamati, even out of kama. If they say something, do it. Yad vyadisheti, if they dictate, vyadisheti, if they order. Karyam avekshya dharmam kastanna kuryat anursamsa vritti. Why would you not do the good pantha, sanmarg? Why won't you do that? Take it as a sanmarg. But this is apt in Treta Yuga. You got to take it contextually. Whether which is apt today, I don't know. But nobody is like Dasaratha, nobody is like Rama. At least in Das' opinion. Anyway, Savaihi na shaknomi pituhu pratignyam imam kartum sakalam yatavati. Imam kartum sakalam yatavati. I will try to do everything what my father. Pituhu pratignyam. Nahi avayoho stata gurur niyo. Avayoho for us. Gurur niyogameva satyam. Avayoho gurur niyogameva satyam. Devascha bhartacha gadischa dharma. Devascha for mother. His father is like Deva. That is Gati Dharma. Whatever father says, whatever husband says to wife. Anyway, Devascha Bhartascha Gatischa Dharmaha. Anyway, that is Ramayan call. Tasmin Punarjivati Dharmaraje Visheshataha Svepati Vartamane Devi Maya Sardham. If you come with me, mother, Devi Maya Sardham Itopagachati. If you come with me, mother, Katam Sviti Anya Vidavevanari. It is like a Vidavevanari. You are relinquishing your bharta as if a widow relinquishes, is being relinquished by the bharta. So Katam Svit Anya Vidavevanari, it will be like a Vidhava. So don't do it. It is not your dharma. Tasmin Punarjivati Dharma Raje. So that is Dharma Raja. See, he says, my father is a Dharma Raja. Visheshataha Sve Pati Vartaman. Your Pati is living, Dharma Rajaha, Dasarataha. Vartamanaha, he is living, he is present. Then Devi Maya Sardham Ito Bhagacheti Katam Sviti Anya Vidavevanari. It is not correct. Katam Sviti Anya Vidavevanari. Like other Naris Vidavas, you are living when your Bharta is living. That is Papa. Samanum Anumanyasya Vanam Vrajantam. Sama Anumanyasya Vanam Vrajantam. Please give me permission. Please give me. Kurushvanaha Swasthyanayanani Devi Kurushva ayanani mangalani, give me mangalams. Yatha samapte punaravrajeyam yatahi satyena punaryayati. I'll come back. Please listen. Don't you listen to the stories of our forefathers. Yashohi aham kevala rajya karanati na prushtataha kartum alam mahodayam. Even if I get this Rajyam, Alam, I will not do it. Yashohi aham kevalam. It is only for fame that Rama inherited the kingdom of Ikshvaku Vamsa. Kevalam Yashokaranat. Only for fame and name. Na prushtataha. I won't turn my back against Dharma. Listen, this man, who will be like this? That's why Rama, why we are studying, we'll see that. When there is Vakyata, brings so many things. So this is the crux of Ramayan. Things. Rama himself says, I just got hold of the kingdom, but I gave it. Lakshmana, in the next sarga, he will say beautifully, Yashohi aham kevala rajya karanati naprushtataha kartum alam mahodayam. The things which I will get when I live on Dharmika, that loka, that Punya loka, I'm not going to sacrifice just for the name and fame to get this Ayodhya Raj. Adhirga kale natu devi jivite. We are all in this land only very little. For a small time, Adhirga kale natu devi, even if we live for a small time, vrine avaram madhya mahim adharmata vrine avaram madhya. This world is of low quality if it is not run by dharma. Adharmataha mahim vrine. I will not vrinehi. I will not get hold of yam panim vrinimahe. You see in Vivaha Mantra we say no. Vrine avaram. Poor thing, lowest form of the world if it is without dharma. Mahim adharmataha vrinayam. So I will not do it. Prasadayan nara vrishabha samataram parakramat jigamishureva dandakam atha anujam vrisham anushasya darshanam. That's what I said. What did he do? Valmiki says he tried to give sense to Lakshmana, Atha, afterwards, Anujam, Brusham, Anushasya Darshanam. Brusham, lot of dharma he gave. He gave the best dharma. Mataikshyam Anugamyatam. Dharma Masriya. That itself is a Brusham. Atha Anujam Brusham Anushasya Darshanam Chakaratam Hridi Jananim Pradakshinam. He just Chakaratam Jananim Janani. Valmiki cries, she is Rama Matha. Chakaratam Hridi Jananim Pradakshinam. So, Maranam Prakritihi Sharirinam Vikritihi Jivitam Uchate Budaihi Kshanamapi Avatishtate Swasan Yadi Jantuhu Nanula Bhavanasau Jantuhu Nanula Bhavanasau Kshanamapi Avatishtate. Raghum Same Kalidasa says, when Aja was left with, when Indumati goes away, Indumati goes to Yamaloka, Dasharatha was a very young boy, 7 or 8 years old, Indumati passed away. Then Aja was perplexed, he didn't know what to do. Vasishtha comes. That is what Rama himself brings, because Vasishtha, he learns from Vasishtha. What did he say? Adhirga kale natu devi jivite vrune avaram adhya mahim adarmataha. Vrune adarmataha mahitim. I will not be interested in getting the world through adharma, because maranam prakritihi sharirinam. Beautiful. Dharma. The natural thing is, if somebody is born, one day they are going to die. That is Sathya. Whether 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So, Kshanamapi avatishtate. So, use your time judiciously. Kshanamapi avatishtate swasan yati swasan. Even if you are breathing swasan, if you are doing swasa, at least think that it is Iski Meharbani. Oh, Lord Ram ka Meharbani. That's why you are living for a minute. So, do something good. Then what did you say? Satyanna pramatitavyam. Always practice Dharma. Ritancha swadhyaya pravachane satyancha swa. Learn first. Swadhyaya karo. Anudvekakaram vakyam satyam priyaicham tavat. Swadhyabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchate. Krishna says. Swadhyayam. Learn first. So, ritamcha swadhyaya. Then what you learn, don't keep it to yourself. Give it to others. Pravachanam. Swadhyaya pravachanam. So, Ritancha Swadhyaya Pravachanecha, Satyancha Swadhyaya Pravachanecha. We are doing this here. I am learning from you all. So, Ritancha Swadhyaya Pravachanecha, Satyancha Swadhyaya Pravachanecha. So, it says Swadhyaya, then do Pravachana. I didn't say Veda says. So, Atha Anujam Brusham Anushamsya Dharmam. He chose Lakshmana the Darshanam Chakaratam Hridi Jananim Pradakshinam Chanamapi Avatishtate Swasan Yadi Jantuhu Nanu. Indeed, isn't it blessing? Labhavan asau. Hey, please, Manushya, ye log, just think that even if you are living 1 minute, try to give it to others. Think that you are blessed. It's not pessimistic. It is telling the reality. So it is forcing you in a way that you should do good. So jantuhu nanu labhavan asau. Labhavan asu jantuhu. That's what it is. So that is Ramayana. So Ernst Hemingway says, no, if this prose is clean and honest, and it affirms courage and grace in pressure. See, Rama was under terrible pressure, but he is showing grace. What a beauty. Ernst Hemingway, Nobel laureate, tells this. Whether he read Ramayan or not is a different story. So, this is Ramayan. Ramayan to hero ka guna varnan. Kaise hero? This Rama is Ranjaniyasya Vikramaha. Even force envy is valor. Force envy is guna. Prabandhanam prabandrunam api kirtihi pratishtayo moolam vishaya bhutasya netuhu guna nirupanam. So how should text be written? Why is Ramayan is living today? Even today, what happened recently, I don't want to name those things, incidents, but you could understand. So even what is happening today, Rama says, ma taikshyam anugamyatam. Dharma Master, give out by violence. Don't be violent. Don't be cruel. Even speak calmly, he says. So, that is the guna. Guna nirupanam of a netuhu, the hero. He is the supreme among men. Prabandhanam, prabandrunam api कीर्तिः प्रतिष्ठयोः मूलं विषयभूतस्य नेतुः गुणनिरूपणं यथा रामगुणवर्णनं रामायण वाल्मीकि जन्मनोः महाप्रतिष्ठाकारणं तथा महापुरुषवर्णनेन हि श्रेयस्करी प्रबन्धस्थितिः यथा वेदशास्त्रः पुराणेति हि तत्प्राप्तिः अहितनिवृत्तिश्च तथा सदाश्रयात् काव्यादपि. Vijayanatha, beautiful. Why Ramayana is existing? How should a kavyam be? Margadarshi, Magarshi. Kalidasa says, why Valmiki is called Maharishi, Margadarshi? Because he had written, he could have, Sampratam Loge Gunavan Kasya Viryavan. In this world, contemporary, Manushya. Give me the name of a Manushya. Then he wants to only portray him as a Manushya. Yata Prabandhanam Prabandrunam api, the Kavya writer and the Kavyam. So how should why is Valmiki Ramayan relevant? Dynamic text. Prabandhanam Prabandrunam. Prabandrunam means Prabandhakarta. Prabandha, beautiful. Kirti Pratishtayoho. The Kavya should establish the guna, Kirti of the hero. Ramayan does it right from the beginning. Rama Gunavarnanam. Moolam Vishayabhutasya. Vishayabhutam Kim? What is the crux of Ramayan? Dharma. Then it says that this Dharma is an abstract thing, but look, Dharma is walking. Rama himself says, my father is worried that he will not go to Swarga because he is letting me go. He may think that Dharma is walking away from him, from Ayodhya. So he is worried. So, Moolam Vishayabhutam Kim Vishayabhutam Dharma Nirupanam Netuhu Guna Nirupanam. So, a kavya, a text should be the one that will describe the character of its hero. That's what Hemingway says. It should be pure and honest. What else you can get more than honesty in Ramayan? See, whatever it is, that is what Eka Kantaka. So, whoever is in the Western world or Eastern world, maybe Lord Skripa, can you believe Vijayanatha writes this? Life is not enough for us to study the corpus of literature. Yata, Moolam, Yatha Rama Guna Varnanam. Ramayanasya Vishayam Kim Rama Guna Varnanam. What is Rama's Guna? Pitruvakya Paripalanam, Dharma Nirupanam. Yatha Rama Guna Varnanam, Ramayana, Valmiki Janmanayoho, Mahapratishta Karanam. Valmiki tried his best to prove that Rama lived according to Dharma. You cannot see Dharma, but just listen to the story of Rama. That is Guna Nirupanam. That's all Ramayana. Ayodhya Kanda is the epitome for this. So, Mahapratishta Karanam Thatha Mahapurusha Varnanena. Mahapurusha Kim is not Deva for Valmiki. Atmanam Manusham Manye Dasaratatmajam. When Brahma and other Devatas come, they are trying to eulogize Rama in Yuddhakanda. No, I am only Dasharatha Putra. So, Mahapurusha Varnanena hi Sreyoskari Prabandhastitihi. It is making the Guna Varnana of Rama to be the crux of Ramayana. Yatha Vedashastra Purane iti praptihi ahita nivriti. Whatever you are going to get by studying Veda. Yatha Vedashastra Puraneti ita praptihi. Whatever good things you are going to get by studying Veda, ahita nivritihi. Whatever the bad things you are going to weed away by studying Veda, Shastra and Purana, tatha sada asrayat kavyadadapi kavyasrihi Ramayana. So, Ayodhya Kanda is the most important Kanda. So, he has shown that this Purusha is a Mahapurusha. And he is going to show what is Dharma, because Dharma is very abstract. So, then he wants to live. Athatam yatataya dhinam savishesham amarshitam swasantam iva nagendram rosha visparitaiksham asadya ramaha saumitram sugrudam brataram priyam uvacha idam sadairyena dharayanne sattvamatvan. That's what it is. Why I digressed is there should be some relevance. That's why I digress. Valmiki brings a point. Sattvam atmavan. By nature he was a guna sampurna. That is Rama. You cannot imitate Rama. At least try to listen slowly in your eyes. 80 years or 100 years. People start studying Ramayana when they are 60. So 60 to 80, Vimshati Varsha. That's all it is. But you see, Sattvam Atmavan, Guna Paripurnaha, by nature, God, He is a Pita Putrena Pitriman Yoni Yono. Veda says in Kataka Bhaga, Pita Putrena Pitriman Yoni Yono. Here, come here. Sattvam Atmavan, Uvacha Idam Dhairyena Dharayane Sattvam Atmavan. How was he was telling this in a nice way to who? The opposite party was burning, his eyes were burning his action. Amarshitam, anger. Amarshitam mane Manyuhu, Kopa. So, Swasantam iva Nagendram iva, Swasantam. So, making big breathing like Sarpa. Nagendram Swasantam iva, Rosha Vispariti Kshanam. So, like the snake, making this whoos kind of a wheezing sound, no, when it is anger. You prod the snake, it just does this, no. That is his Swasantam, even Agendram, Rosha, Visparita Ikshanam. That was shown in the eyes of Lakshmana. Lakshmana is nothing but the Swarupa of Adisesha. Asadya Ramaha Saumitram. Then he comes nicely to Lakshmana. Asadya Ramaha Saumitram Suhurdam Brataram Priyam. Then he tells it in a nice way. Uvacha idam cha dhairyena dharayane sattvamatmavane. Then he takes courage. Hey Lakshmana, you and mother are telling me not to go, but I am going to go. Nigrihya rosham shokam cha dhairyam astritya kevalam avamanam nirasyayam grihitva harshamut avamanam nirasyayam. Don't worry, you know that I got paribhavam. Because everybody was saying, Icha mohi mahabhagum, Icha mohi mahabhagum, Gajena magatayantam, Ramam chatra avritananam. Everybody says, Rama, I want to see with chatra chamara. You are the king for us. Today they are going to say that he is not the king. What happened? I don't worry. Avamanam nirasyayam grihitva, but I am going to take it as a pleasure. Grihitva harshamutvam. This is the guna nirupanam. Nobody, in my opinion, in Das humble view, can have this kind of guna character. So just get hold of your rosham, get hold of your shokam, dhairyam astritya. Hey Lakshmana, keep control on your shoka, keep control on your anger. Get hold of the courage. That's what I said. What did Ernst say? If it brings you the courage under pressure, grace, this is it. So those people didn't get Nobel Prize for nothing. Nigrihya rosham shokam cha dhairyam asritya kevalam avamanam nirasyayam grihitva harshamutmamam upakliptam hi yatkinchiti abhishekartam adyame upakliptam. Just get rid of all this visrijya chipram kuru karyam niratyayam karyam. Don't be selfish. Niratyayam karyam means don't be selfish. Niratyayam karyam kuru chipram. Just do it. Just get hold of the things. Sarvam visrajya. You just give up everything for my pattabhisheka. Don't be selfish, Lakshmana. Don't be selfish, Lakshmana. What kind of character this is? So, Saumitreyo abhishekarte mama sambhara sambrama. Sambhara sambrama sambharaha. All the paraphernalia. Sambhara means things. So paraphernalia you can take it. Sambrama, carnation, things related to carnation. Abhisheka nivrittarte sohastu sambhara sambrama yasyamad abhishekartam manasam parityaptyate. Manasam paritaptyate. Yeah, I know. Because of the carnation, my mother, Kaikeyi, always says mother, my mother, Mary Ma. So, manasam paritaptyate. That woman is burning. Manasam paritaptyate mata. Sa yata nasyat sa vishanka tata kuru. Make sure that you do not offend her. Matana sa yata syat sa vishanka tata kuru. Because she is already manasam paritapyate. She is already burning in her manas. Tasya shankamayam dukkam muhurtam api na utsahe. I cannot see her suffering even for a kshana muhurta. Tasya shankamayam. Shankama means worry. Dukkham muhurtam apina utsahe manasi pratisam jatam saumitre aham upekshitam. I will not be able to see that he is suffering. Na utsahe na buddhihi purvam na buddhim smarami. I don't think knowingly or unknowingly. Na buddhihi purvam na buddhim smarami. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, never I have discriminated her as my stepmother. Matrunam va pitruvaham krutam alpam cha vipriyam. I have never done anything wrong. I didn't think that they are of different. Satyaha, that is what I said. Rama says, even now, my father is a Satyavan. Satyaha, my father is a Satya Swarupa. Satya Abhisandaha, he is always engrossed in Satya. Cha Nityam Satya Para Akrama. Nityam Satya Abhisandaha. To be bonded with Satya. This is what it is. Satya. Everybody says Ritam, Satyam. There is a distinct difference between Satyam and Ritam if you go into Vedanta concepts. So even by Manasik me, even thinking differently is Ritam. That's still difficult to do. Satyam is by action. I'll give you money tomorrow, you give. That is Satyam. Then he says, think something in your mind that why should I give money to him even though you say something, that is Ritam. So Ritam is difficult. So Satyaha, so he says the embodiment of Satyam is my father. Satya Abhisanditaha Nityam. He is the one always bonded to Satyam. Satya Parakrama. That is the reason. Paraloka Bhayate Bitaha Nirbhayo Astu Pitama. My father is now worried that he will not go to Swarga. Paraloka Bhayate Bitaha. Because he had given word to Kaikeyi, what if I don't take his word? So he is worrying now, not because Rama is going to forest, because he will not be able to keep his word. So he will not be able to face Aja, he will not be able to face Raghu, he will not be able to face Dilipa, he will not be able to face Mandhata. Satya Abhisandaha cha Nityam Satya Parakrama Paraloka Bhayate Bitaha Nirbhayo. The main thing I have to make sure is he keeps his word, he goes to Swarga without any fear. Paraloka Bhayate Bitaha Nirbhayo Astu Pitama Tasyapihi Bhave Tasmin Karmani Apratisamhrita. Don't keep it. I want to do karmani aprams, whatever the carnation ceremony, asmin karmani, we have to give up. Satyam na hita manatapaha. I don't want my father to have tapa. That satyam na. I am not Satyavan. My son is not obeying me. Satyam na iti manatapaha tasyatapa tapechata. If he thinks like that, Satyam na hiti, how many times the word Satya comes? So we don't know what Satyam. Ramayan is Satyam. Sakshat Bhagavatam Krishna evahi. Likewise, Ramayanam Dharma evahi. Rama also is a Rama is a Swarupa of Dharma. What is Ramayan? Ramayan is Dharmam. What is Dharmam? Dharmam is nothing but Satyam. Listen to Rama. Even you see Ramanand Sagar's TV movie, that's fine, that's Satyam. Tasyapi bhavetasmin karmani apratisamhrite Satyam na hitamanastapaha tasyatapa tapechamam. So if my father even thinks that he is not going to be a Satyavan, it is going to burn me. Tapeschamam abhisheka vidanam tu tasmat samhritya lakshman tasmat get away with all the thing. Anvakeva aham ichchami. This is the only thing. Anvakeha, with pleasure. Anvakeva, with happiness or with comfort. Anvakeha aham ichchami vanam gattum itaf punaha. All I want to do is go to forest, but I am doing it with full heart. That's what I said. Ritena. Why I brought the word Ritam is, don't think that I am just doing it for the sake of doing. By heart. Anvakeva. Valmiki is very good. He is a Mahakavi. So he says, with my own pleasure. Anvakeva means pleasure. Comfort, whatever you take. Anvakeva aham ichchami vanam gattum itaf punaha vanam gacchami anvakeva. I am going it with full heart. Don't worry. Mama pravrajanat adya krita kritya nrupatmaja. Then if he knows my son has left to the forest adya eva, today itself, my father will be happy that he will give the kingdom to Bharata, because he will be relieved that he kept his word. Sutam Bharatam Avyagram Abhishechayita Avyagram. That means without any manatapa, without any effort, he would give the Rajya to Bharata. That will make him Dharma Parakrama. Mama Pravrajanat Adya Krita Kritya Nrupaatmaja Sutam Bharatam Avyagram Abhishechayita Tataha Mayi Chira Ajina Dhare Jata Mandala Dharini Gate Aranyam Cha Kaikeya Bhavishyati Manasukam Mayi Chira Ajina Dhare, bark and then antelope skin. Chira Ajina mane goat skin, different kind of goat skin. Mayi Chira Ajina Dhare Jata Mandala Dharina. But he will only put that jata in a tight way with the help of Guga. That is a beautiful story. Tulsidas brings so many things on that. When it comes to, we'll more dwell on Tulsidas. Mai chira ajina dhare jata mandala dharine gate aranyam cha kaikeya bhavishyati man. I want to see my parents happy. That's the crux. What's the take home message? Rama says, make your fathers happy because they are living gods. Mai chira ajina dhare jata mandala dharini gate aranyam cha kaikeya bhavishyati manas kaikeya bhavishyati manas sukam. Buddhihi pranita yena iyam manascha susamahitam tattuna arhami samkleshtum pravrijishyami machiram. That is the reason. Buddhi pranita, I have kept my mind into it. Dasaratha himself says, Manushyanam chalanameva mati. So Valmiki asks us to go and link that one. So, machiram. Pravrajishyami. So I have to go immediately without without delaying any more time. I am going to go. Buddhihi pranita yena iyam. What is yena iyam? Iyam dharmam. Kim dharmam? Pitruvakya paripalanameva dharmam. Yena iyam dharma buddhi pranita. I have kept my mind onto that dharma to keep the word of my father. Susamahitam tattuna arhami samkleshtum na arhami samkleshtum. I cannot get away from it. Pravrajishyami machiram kritantatu. Then beautifully, Lakshmana, let me tell you this. No man or woman born covered or brave can shun their destiny. Valmiki says, Homer writes in Iliad. Literature is something. Western literature, Eastern literature. You see, Kritantuttu eva saumitre drashtavya mat pravasane. Me going to forest is the destiny. Kritantasya tu dravishtiya. Don't you see that it is the destiny? Kritantattu eva saumitre drashtavyo mat pravasane rajyasya cha vithirnasya punaha evam nivar rajyasya cha viti. It has just come. Astham amalakam iva. The Rajya has come vitirna. It has fallen to me. Rajyasya cha vitirnasya punaha eva nivartane. Why did it go away from me? So don't you see there is something happening here? Kritantastu eva saumitre drashtavyo mat pravasane. Beautiful. So he is going to talk about this destiny. Then what is destiny? Destiny is something which is controlled by Devata. That also he says, Kaikeya pratipattihi katam syat mama pidane. How would Kaikeyi get pratipatti? How would she get this mind, pratipatti? Katam syate mama pidane. Why would she give this kind of difficulty to me? Yadi bhavo na daivo ayam kritanta vihita bhaveti. Kritanta devo kritanta vihitaha bhaveti yadi bhavo. Without this being destiny, yadi bhavo na. Without the destiny, devo anta, devo kritantaha. The destiny controlled by Deva, their order, vihitaha kim bhaveti. How would this happen? So don't blame Kaikeyi. This is the epitome of guna. So he says, here Lakshmi, because he is worried, this guy will go and do something. So maataikshnyam anugamyatam. That's why he evilly said, now I'm telling you this. How could you think this happened? Because she is my mother. Only because of Devatas prodding the destiny. So in Tulsidas says, the Kali came and sat on Kaikeyi's tongue. That Tulsidas says. So the Kali coming and sitting on Kaikeyi's tongue is destiny. Kaikeya pratipati. Her feeling to me was good. But how could she change? He khatam syat mama pidane. Why would she go and do this distress to me? Yadi bhavo na dev daivo ayam kritanta vihita bhavet janasi yata saumya namatrushu mamantaram. Please understand, there is no discrimination between Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi. Janasi ye saumitre ye sumitra bhuta purvam visesho va tasya mayi sutepi. So understand, that's what he says. So I know Kaikeyi. In fact, I stayed in Kaikeyi Tantapura more than Kausalya. So janasi hi yata saumya na matrushu mamantaram bhutapurvam visesho va tasya mai sute apiva tasya. Her son or me, she didn't see any difference. So abhisheka nivrittarte pravasarte cha durvachaihi. So how did this durvachana come into Kaikeyi? This sarga is beautiful. How did this durvachana come into Kaikeyi? Can you believe a character like this? So abhisheka nivrittartha. So today I was supposed to be crowned. This lady gives pearl, muktara to this Kuni, Mantara. How did she suddenly change? Durvacha kim agata? How did it come? Katam agataha durvachaha? So how did that Durvachana come to Kaikeyi? So Abhisheka Nivrittarte Pravasarte cha Durvacha. It turned to Pravasarte. Pravrajanam Vanam Pravasarte. How did it change? That became Ugravakyayi Aham Tasya Na Anyati Daivat Samartaye. Without the destiny playing his trick, Ugravakyam Katham Agatam. How did it come? It is destiny. Lakshmana, understand. Look, this is a Devata. But Valmiki wants to portray him as a Manushya. Ugraihi Vakyaihi Aham Tasya. For me, and she is going to be Vidhava. That also it is the destiny that this Ugravakya came and sat on. Tulsidas says it was Saraswati's doing that this came and sat. So Tulsidas says that Saraswati made sure that this Kali Vak comes into Kaikeyi. So she is going to be a widow. Katam Prakriti Sampanna Rajaputri. Then he said, how could this happen? This is Prakriti Sampanna. She is from Kaikeyi Raja. Gunapurti. Katam Prakriti Sampanna Rajaputri Tata Aguna. How can she become Anuguna? Aguna. Katam Prakriti Sampanna. Prakriti Sampanna. By natural she should be a good lady. Rajaputri. Kaikeya Putri. Tata Aguna Kim Bhaveti. How did she become? Katam Bhaveti. Bruyat Sa Prakrita. She is talking and her deeds are like an unrefined lady. Bruyat Sa Prakrita Ivastri Mat Pidanam Bhartuhu Sannidau Mat Pidanam. In front of my father and her husband, Bruyat, how could she do that and talk? Sa Prakrita Ivastri, unrefined lady. That is not her innate guna. So it is the destiny doing. Yad achintyam tu tad devam bhuteshvapi nahanyate. So yat achintyam, we cannot think. Bhuteshvapi, we cannot control. Nahanyate vyaktam mahi sa tasyat cha patitaha. Vyaktam, it is indeed clear. It is drashtavyam. I am seeing this. It is due to the duty of the act of the destiny. Viparyaya patitaha. How could this viparit come to me? It is because destiny. Kaschiti daivena saumitre yodhum utsahate muram. How can we fight against destiny? That's what Iliad says when he finishes, Homer finishes Iliad. See, no man or woman born, covered or brave can shun destiny. Same thing. Kaschiti daivena saumitre yodhum utsahate puman. Beautiful. But then you have to follow destiny, but with your own steadfastness you should conquer. That means you cannot sit idle with destiny. That is Rama Katha. Kaschite daivena saumitre yodhum utsahate puman yasyana grahanam kinchite karmano anyatra drishyate. I don't see this, but for this destiny. Karmaha anyatra nadrishyate. I can't perceive anything. It should be destiny. We should memorize this. So, kaschite daivena yodhum utsahate puman sukha dukke bhayakrodo labha alabhau bhavabhau. Whether it is sukha, dukkha, Sukha dukkha samakritaha labha labhau jaya jayau. So yodhum kartum papam na vapsasi. In Sankhya Yoga, Krishna says, maybe Krishna learnt from this. Sukha dukke bhaya krodo labha alabhau bhava abhau. Whether you are born or not born, whether you are good things or bad things, goodness or krodaha, loss or gain, yasya kinchiti tata bhutam nanu daivasya karma tat. Everything is destiny. Rishayoho api. So he says, Rishis also. Utsrijya niyamam strivan brashamyate kamamanyuhu. People, even Rishis, they have relinquished niyamam, strivan niyamam. Brashyante kamamanyute. Brashnan. They have been banished because of this kama and manyu. Examples are Durvasa, Viswamitra. Then Viswamitra was conquered by anger and kama. Then he overcame it. That's the Ramayan. So Viswamitra is a Rishayoho api agra tapaso ugra tapaso. Even the people who are doing ugra tapa. Rishayoho api ugra tapaso daivena abhiparipidita. How can you think that God's destiny is going to give difficulty to ugra tapas rishi? It does it because they are swamped by kama krodha. So asamkliptam iheva yad kasmat pravartate nivartaya rambham arabdham nanudaivasya karmatat. So you asankliptam yeveha. Without even thinking, you get good things. Yad akasmat pravartate. Beautiful. Asankliptam yeveha yad akasmat all of a sudden you are getting good things done without even thinking about it. Asakliptam yeveha yad akasmati pravartate. All of a sudden it falls from the sky, right? Akaskliptam yeveha yad akasmati pravartate. Without even thinking, without even doing. That is Daiva Karanam. Similarly, Nivartyam Arambham Arabdham Arambham. If you start a good work, but it doesn't get finished, how can you justify? Beautifully he says, Asakliptam yeveha yad akasmati pravartate Nivartyam Arambham Arabdham. Arambham mane activities. Arabdham, started activities with you plan perfectly, but it doesn't end well. Nanu daivasya karmatati. Don't you think it is the work of destiny? Etaya tatvaya buddhya samstabhya atmanatmana. I have made determination. Etaya tatvataya. Based on all these reasons, also by my own inclination and my own understanding, etaya tatvaya buddhya samstabhyat atmanatmana vyahate api abhisheke me paritapo na vidya. So I am not getting worried. Paritapo me ne vidyate. Tasmat aparitapaha. Also, that is the reason you don't get attached. Tasmat aparitapaha samstvam api anuvidayamam. Anuvidayamam. You follow me. You understand from me. Pratisamharaya chipram. Give up everything. Chipram abhisheka. Abhishechani kim kriyam yebireva ghataihi. So all the part you have got, that is again destiny. Valmiki gives an example. Look, I have to take a vrata to go to Vrata Sankalpam to go to Vana. Maybe these parts, Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, Saraswati, all these Pani, Apo Hishtamayo Bhuvastana Urje Dada Dana Mahirana Chakshuse Yovastivatamorasaha Tasya Bhajete Naha Usati Irava Matraha Tasma Rangamamo Sekshaya Jinvata Apo Janayata Janaha Rasa. Let this water give pleasantness to my eyes. This gives me energy. So he says it Abhyurma Jayante Apo Vai Sarva Devata Veda. So he gives Upabrahmanartham for Veda. Maybe the destiny is that all the water brought here is for my Mangala Snana to go to Vanavasa. Yete bireva gataihi sarvaihi abhishechana samvritaihi mama lakshmanaha tapasye vratasnanam bhavishyati. That is destiny. Who thought that this will be used for my Vrata Sankalpam to go to forest? Athava kim amaitena rajya dravyam mayena tu. Otherwise, why would I use all this? Rajya dravyam has been brought. It was brought for Bharata, Mama, Rajya, Yavaraja Pattabhishekam. But, Parantu, this is going to be used for a better thing for my Vrata. Macha Lakshmana Santapam Karshiti Lakshmiya Viparyaye Rajyam Va. Beautiful. Rajyam Va Vanavaso Mahodaya. Beautiful, oft-quoted phrases. Rajyam Va. To me, if you compare Rajyam or Vanavaso Va Mahodaya. That is the one that will give you salvation. Rajyam Va Vanavaso Va Mahodaya. Na Lakshmanasmin Mama Rajye Vigne Mata Yaviyasi. Now there is no barrier for Yaviyasi Mata. Yaviyasi Mata mane chota ma. Mata Yaviyasi Atishankaniya Deivai Abhipannahi Vadanti Anishtam Janasi Deivam Chatata Prabhavam. So understand. Janasi Devam Chatata Prabhavam. Understand the power of destiny. You have to follow destiny, but then you have to conquer on your own way. Srajyam va vanavaso mahodaya. So for Rama, he's a Satya Pariparanam. So he says, Sadhu Sangamameva Ujjivanam. So that is what Valmiki Ramayan is. Two more sargas, all dharma. Then what dharma? Swam palayasi dharmam, ramatvam abhirakshatu. Mata says, beautiful. Dharmam, let that dharma take care of you. She says, okay, dharmaswam abhirakshatu, hey, putra. So, pavamana sutudu patu padara, vindamulaku ninama, rupamulaku nitya jaya. Mangalam Kausalendraya Maganiya Gunabdaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhumaya Mangalani Santu. Jai Sri Ram.